And number 9, guys, I wanted to prove people wrong. I wanted to prove others wrong. This was a big push. There were many nights, many dark times, many long days, dark nights, ups and down situations that I've been through in this journey. Many late nights that I've been out on the side of the road, right? Many times I've been out during storms, cold weather, hot weather. I remember during a snowstorm, for example, I went off and lost control of my car into a ditch. Many different times like that, right? During the times where I was working 100 hours a week, right? Would push me. Number 9 here really pushed me to prove people wrong, to prove the naysayers wrong. And I know that your parents and my parents taught us growing up, right? You're not supposed to act like that or be like that or that kind of thinking process, right? Look, guys, throughout what I'm going to tell you guys, these whys, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to what we quote unquote learned growing up, right? right? And so this is a real channel, a real guy like me with a real reason, with a real why. And some of these whys may not correspond to how we supposed to think, may not correspond to how you think, but this is real. And yeah, I want to stick it to people. I want to prove people wrong, the haters, the teachers that said I couldn't do anything, the teachers that said I wouldn't be able to amount to anything as I grew up, right? The people that were hating on me, the naysayers, right? The Debbie Downers, right? The negative Nancy's, right? I want to prove these people wrong, right? I'll give you an example. And let me give you guys an example. And bear with me here. Deion Sanders. I'm gonna talk about Deion. I played football. Please bear with me here, all right? Let me spell it out for you. I played football coming up and up until Little League, junior high school, into college, right? I played defensive back, cornerback specifically. And when you play cornerback, you're guarding some of the top athletes on the field, wide receivers, right? And so you gotta be on it. You gotta be fast enough to deal with these guys. You gotta be fast enough to run with these guys, to be able to, to stop these guys from catching these touchdown passes, right? And so you gotta have your quick wits about you, but you gotta have your quick feet about you too. You gotta be fast like Deion Sanders, right? What made Deion so special was he was fast, right? He ran a 4.1, 4.2 40, right? If anybody out there, you guys out there know about football, I'll give you a hint. That's fast. Okay, so, but more importantly, you got to be tough enough to go out, come up and tackle people, right? Tackle the running backs coming out of the backfield, for example. But getting back to wide receivers and guarding people, that was my job as a defensive back. That was my job as a cornerback, right? And in that process, guess what? You're going to get burned a few times, right? You're going to get burned for touchdowns a few times, right? As a quarterback, one of the great qualities of a cornerback is you got to be able to forget all that. Because guess what? The next play starts in 5 seconds, right? So you got to forget about that. You have a short-term memory, right? You got to forget all about that, right? I had a hard time forgetting about all that, guys. When I got beat for a touchdown, or it didn't even have to be a touchdown. It could be a long play, or for example, that kind of bugged me. But in football, you got to be ready. Because plays are happening just like that every 4 or 5 seconds. You can't let that bug you because guess what? You got to forget about that because guess what? The next play is getting ready to happen, right? And so that was one of the biggest challenges I had in my football career. I would say that really derailed me and my development as a cornerback because I let things bug me, right? It was hard for me to forget about that. What most people won't talk to you about Deion Sanders throughout his lifetime, throughout his great career in football, is that, yeah, he was fast, he had great instincts, but one of the great things that people won't talk about with Deion that they should is that he forgot about things just like that. He got to the next play just like that, right? Yeah, he got beat. Yeah, Deion Sanders, as great as he was, he did get beat. He knew he had such great confidence in his abilities. He forgot about that play and got to the next one real fast. And that's what made him great. That's what made Deion a Hall of Famer. And sometimes, man, what makes you subpar in one aspect of your life make you great in another part of your life. Just like I let things bug me in football, this made me great in my financial health journey. Because just like I didn't forget about that play, I didn't forget about all the naysayers out there. Well, 2:30 in the morning when I'm struggling at work, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the night when I'm struggling at work, getting through work, when I'm struggling in all my dark times, when I'm struggling getting through this financial health journey, when I'm struggling going through all my dark up and down times in my financial health journey, right? I didn't forget about all the naysayers. I didn't forget about that teacher that said I wasn't gonna amount to anything. I won't forget about all the Debbie Downers. I won't forget about all the haters out there that said I couldn't do it. I won't forget about all the negative Nancy's. I won't forget about all the, you know what I'm saying, crabs and buckets out there that try to pull me down to their level, right? I didn't forget about all those people, right, guys? I didn't forget about all that. And that pushed me. That was a huge why of why I wanted to get through this process. Good, bad, or ugly, or indifferent, guys. It didn't matter. I don't care how it looks. I gotta be honest. That was a big why. I wanted to stick it to them. All those things, all those people I just told you about. Yeah. I may not have had a bad memory in football, but I didn't have a bad memory when it came down to my financial health journey. I wanted to stick it to them. I wanted to prove out to people who gave up on me. Yeah, number 9 was huge for me, man. It was huge for me.